Now moving on to the next one. A special medical certificate for public service drivers expires after 12 months, that's 1 year. 18 months, that's 1.5 years. 5 years, that's incorrect. So it expires after 1 year. So class 1 drivers should renew their medical certificates after each and every year. Now moving on to the next question. At the age of 17, a person is allowed to drive option A, light motor vehicles only, that's in class 4, right? Minibuses and light vehicles, both heavy and light vehicles, provided he or she is a holder of a class 2 driving license. Or if you are 17 years old, you should only drive light motor vehicles only. Well, driving a vehicle is only for someone that is 18 years or older, right? Now moving on to the next one. A tractor driver's permit is issued to a person who is aged, option A, 18 and above before obtaining a license. B, anyone is and when it is required. C, above 20 years who is not a holder of any license. Well, I want you to know that a tractor driver's permit is different from a driver's license. Now, a tractor driver's permit is given to somebody who is over 18. Why? Because a tractor is in class 5. And for you to drive class 5, which are farm and construction vehicles, you need to be 18 years and above, right? So you need to be 18 years and above. Also, a tractor driver's permit is given to somebody who wants to drive a tractor but they've not obtained a class 5 driver's license. So they are given a permit to drive a tractor. But this permit is only within a certain radius in their farm. Now moving on to the next one. A one-way sign is option A danger warning sign. B, a parking sign. C, an informative sign. So as you can see, a one-way, well, if you can remember a one-way sign, you know that it is what? Rectangular, right? So a one-way sign is an informative sign. Now the next question. Hazard perception means reading a traffic situation well in advance. B, following police instruction as may be necessary. C, obeying danger signs only. So a hazard perception simply means the ability to tell the danger ahead of time. Okay, so it means that reading a traffic situation well in advance. Now moving on to the next question. In a well-lit areas, drivers are required to drive with. Here is the key phrase here, well-lit areas. So drivers are required to drive with headlights on low beam and spotlights off. Option B, headlights on high beam and spotlights off. Headlights and spotlights off. Now in a well-lit area, drivers are required to drive with headlamps on low beam and spotlights off. So there's no reason why the headlights have to be on high beam. Why? Because this one is already a well-lit area, so they can put their headlights on low beam. Now another scenario where drivers are required to drive with headlights on low beam is if they are driving behind another traffic and when they are meeting other traffic. So that's also another scenarios which you need to know. Now the next question. A learner driver is exempted from wearing a seat belt. Option A, when being driven by an instructor. B, when reversing. C, when driving at a constant speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Now this one is incorrect. Why? Because you have to put a seat belt there even at 60 kilometers per hour. So a learner driver is exempted from wearing a seat belt when reversing. Well, why is that? Because when they are reversing, a learner driver, when he's reversing, they just have to look out the window like this and they have to look outside. So that movement, that body movement will require that they have free play of their body. Now, with that being said, it means that if they have a seatbelt on, it actually means that that seatbelt will limit them, so will limit their body movement. So they are exempted from wearing a seatbelt, and they can actually put their hand out the window and be able to see the back of the car when they are reversing. Now, moving on to the next question. Being the first at the accident scene, what are you expected to do? So you have arrived first at the accident scene. What should you do? Option A, observe from far ahead and contact VID, that is the Vehicle Inspection Department. Option B, render first aid and report to the nearest police. C, take pictures which will assist your report to the police. So what you should do, you should render first aid to the injured and report to the nearest police. So this one is the correct answer here. Now moving on to the next question. At a giveaway sign, what should you do at a giveaway sign? Should you give right of way to vehicles from your right, or you slow down and give right of way to all crossing traffic, or you stop and give right of way to all crossing traffic? Well, at a giveaway sign, you slow down and you give right of way to all crossing traffic. All crossing traffic, not only to the right, but to all crossing traffic. So this one is our correct answer here. Now, at a giveaway sign, you don't necessarily have to stop, so this one is incorrect. Now moving on to the next question. A dualized carriageway means 2 lanes in one direction, 2 lanes in opposite direction with dividing strips, wide lanes. So a dualized, remember dual means 2, right? Dual means 2. So a dualized means 2 lanes that are going in the same direction. So 2 lanes that are going in the same direction. That's what means dualized a carriageway. Now moving on to the next one. How far from a corner am I prohibited from parking my vehicle? Is it 7 meters or 7.5 meters? Is it 7 meters or 17.5 meters or 7.5 meters? Well, we know from the law that you are prohibited from parking less than 7.5, and you are allowed to park 7.5 and above. So anything that is less than 7.5 here, that's our correct answer, which is 7 meters. Now you can park at 17.5 meters and you can park at 7.5 meters, but you are prohibited from parking from a corner at a distance of 7 meters. Now moving on to the next one. When may one proceed against a one-way sign? Option A, in an emergency. B, never. C, when directed by a police officer directing traffic. Now if you see a police officer that is directing traffic, it's most definitely that you follow the instruction of the policeman. So this one is our correct answer. So you may proceed against a one-way sign if you are directed to do so by the police officer, because his presence over there will override any traffic system that has been put there, and his presence over there is authority over any sign that has been put there by the authorities in that place. Now moving on to the next question.